What's going on, gamers? Man, I wonder what Dreamcast guy is going to say about this if he sees this. Sorry, I have to say, it's just funny. But anyways, hey, look, you know how I say it over here. I keep it, 100%. If a company does something good, I'll give them credit when another company should have done it. And I think we know what we're talking about. Sony's huge day of play sale on PlayStation 5 consoles, games, PlayStation Plus sub starts next week. Discounts on base PlayStation 5 and PS5 Pro leaked. That's surprising. Once again, they outsmarted Microsoft, made them look like fools. I have to say this in this category because we got to talk about this. So basically, instead of jacking up the price right now, Sony is going to do discounts. But right now, what's interesting is that usually when they do days to play discounts, it's worldwide. But right now, people got the leak over in the UK, and here's what's going on. Are we ready? Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into this, y'all. Sony's annual Days of Play sales promotion is set to begin next week on the 28th of May, according to the ever reliable leaker, uh, Billbil-Kun. I think that's what that says. Anyways, in a fresh article on Dia Labs, they state discounts on offer will be live for 2 weeks. And I'm going to explain why I think this is real. And just because, and I'm going to tell you what Sony's trying to do. We'll be live for 2 weeks and are temporarily lowering the price of PlayStation 5 consoles, games, and accessories and PlayStation Plus memberships. It's going to go back to what I was saying before. These even include the PS5 Pro. The leaker claims that the PS5 Pro will be £50 cheaper, so pretty much $50 off over here. And as long as the same discount carries over to the UK and the USA, that should be $650 for the duration of the sale. The base PlayStation 5 is also going to go on sale with a $100 discount on both the standard system with the disk drive and the digital edition. And ever since Microsoft announced their prices before Trump said 30%, all the way down from 150 or whatever, or 145, they have not said a single word. Microsoft. They didn't adjust their prices back down. Absolutely embarrassing. And then Sony comes in and does this, but not necessarily for Microsoft, but for the Nintendo Switch 2 launch, which is on June 5th. See, they're trying to get some attention here. Sony also didn't drop the price because they know they have to deal with Switch 2 sales. They were playing the game smart. They already know Microsoft is defeated. They're past them. They can jack up the price, but what is that going to do for Sony? You're just going to help them out. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, at the end of the day, like when we're talking about this specific problem right here, yeah, like there we go again. It's like you're just feeding the beast of Sony to get more sales. And then they come in and put the price down instead of jacking it up compared to what it used to be. So not only are they cheaper than you right now for the Pro, but the Pro is about to be $50 even more cheaper than that Galaxy. And the base console is going to be $100 more cheaper than the Series X. Momentum, man. You're supposed to be getting momentum. Ponies, sit down. Hey, like I said, we keep it real over here. We're not haters. So yeah, congratulations to Sony for actually making an intelligent move. Finally, something positive has come out for PlayStation this year. In a certain sense, where I'm like, oh my God, you guys did the most pro-consumer thing. Okay, good job. Seriously. If Microsoft was any sense, if any in the sense intelligent, they would come out and say, we're doing temporary price drops right now too. And they can put it in effect immediately. This has been done before. They don't have to do nothing complicated. They can do it as soon as they want, just to let you guys know. So at a glance, here are all the rumored discounts and offers for Days of Play 2025. $50 discount on the Pro, $100 discount on the PlayStation 5, standard and digital, $50 discount also on the PlayStation VR 2, 30% off on PlayStation Plus subscription. So now is the time to get your 1 year for people who like to wait on that. Discounts on also controllers as well. So pretty much everything. Elsewhere, it suggested PlayStation Plus subscriptions will be up to 30% cheaper. The PS VR2 will go on sale, and PS5 DualSense controllers will also be on offer. Accompanying all these offers will be the usual store sale and essential games for June. We know Sony likes to do this. So people are saying that this is going to go live on May 28th, which is pretty much 3 days from today. Let's go down to some comments right here. I will see if my sub runs out soon enough to get the essential discount. Otherwise, I definitely won't sub again. Currently, I'm premium and definitely don't need that. Going to be a bummer for anyone who go those extra few days free and it knocks them out of the renewing and the sell period. Yeah, I hate that system on PlayStation. You can't just get the discount. It has to like meet a certain standard for you to get the upgrade. Let's say that the sale was 2 weeks, but you had 2 weeks left on your stuff compared to not having anything. Yeah, you kind of be screwed in certain ways. It's a stupid system. It should just allow you to still get that discount. I just don't understand why you can't just add to it with the discount available. Greed. It's an anti-consumer system. Plus, they make sure like the only way to get a discount is on their store. You can't get it anywhere else cheap like Microsoft allowed it. That's the only thing I didn't like about Plus compared to Game Pass. It's like there was days where I was getting Game Pass way cheaper back then. And it's like, but you're not even close to being on a level of service they have. Not like I expected you to, but still, Plus should be cheaper. My sub runs out on June 2nd. I already got an offer to renew my sub with 25% discount. I'll wait till next week to see if it goes through for that 30%. I can understand that. So this is basically about that. Now going over here on Twitter now, guys. Oh, let's just say we're not surprised. Who do you think tweeted about this instantly? The signing up for a president essay role. If you get what I mean, that's how serious he writes his essays for Sony. Like it's the most serious thing in the world. He has to give you this perfectly articulated love letter to express how he wants to give you all the details of Sony and the film. Fritz does some pretty funny stuff. I thought that was funny when he used to do the Fib account against them. That had me laughing. I thought that was pretty funny. So PlayStation Days Play Sale, May 28th to June 11th, leaked. And this is the account right here. Billbil-Kun, private investigator. 76,000 followers. So, yeah, I mean, pretty reliable, it seems. A lot of people like that. For now, not following Xbox and Nintendo raising hardware prices, we know he has to put that in. Though Nintendo didn't raise no hardware price. Let me read that again. For now, not following Xbox and Nintendo raising hardware price. Where did Nintendo raise the hardware price? It's still 449. As a matter of fact, they have the least chance of raising it up because they're in Vietnam. Sony and Microsoft are the ones in China. So yeah, I still find it funny that the $1 trillion company has not reduced down anything, and companies that are way less on that rich pool are doing it. And companies that are even lesser on that poll didn't jack up any hardware prices. So yeah, Nib, I think the only one that did the hardware price increase, I think I know, is Xbox. So what are we talking about? Nintendo didn't do that. They said only if it was significant. So yeah, I have to school them, y'all. Pony. Instead, reducing them. Pro-consumer, Sony. See, all of a sudden, because Sony did one pro-consumer move. Guys, listen to me real quick. All right, because when you want to check how pro-consumer a company is, you need to look at their total historical track record. That's why I said Nintendo's the most pro gamer and pro consumer. They've always been entry level, cheap, and had the highest quality of development. And never did all that garbage you see going over here in Western society with politics and just stupid stuff, pronouns, dumb stuff, unfinished, broken engines, microtransactions. No. On those other consoles, they are the least pro consumer. Just because Sony did one pro consumer move, just because Microsoft did one pro consumer move with Game Pass, does not mean that they're pro consumer. Because, like I said, if you look at the whole of the entirety of the company and their track record, they're far from pro-consumer. And I wouldn't say any of them are pro-consumer in that sort of sense, but if we want to talk about who's more for gaming, obviously the company that is only gaming. So he's being a PlayStation fanboy, slurping it all up, the rainbow balls of Sony's. Cancel rainbow balls, and about to get more cancels. So yeah, I would say that Sony did a pro-consumer move here, but at the end of the day, realistically, they did what should have been done. All of them should have been dropped the price. They never dropped the price. So because you did this, all of a sudden you're a saint? I don't think so, Nib. This is what should have been done. They never dropped the price, and we're heading into the 5th fiscal year. No, instead it's going up? And you think this is going to be permanent? I don't think so. But yeah, they get credit for doing that to an extent because other people decided to be dumb. When they both should be doing this right now, and that's just what always has been done historically. Like if we want to be realistic about it. Well, like I said, if you're a fanboy, you'll do this. So let's look at some of these comments. Xbox has a sale right now too. Not on hardware, Stephen. Or Stefan. Stephen. Oh man, I'm getting hit with the nib juice on Sony's feelings. Let me not get that. I don't want to write all those essays and have to have the blue check mark because I want to write for Sony. Imagine, hey, you never know. On hardware, they just increased prices. The tweet is specifically regarding hardware sales. A sale isn't a price reduction, it's a sale. Oh boy. But anyways, so yeah, Microsoft, you look like fools right now. Again, even worse now. Do something about this to remedy yourself. Do something. This is absolutely ridiculous. Nintendo's about to come back around the corner. And like I said, Sony's doing this because of Nintendo. And also at the same time, they're just embarrassing Microsoft. Because they know Nintendo's about to be market leading takeover, so they want to drop the price down to boost up the sales because they have a fear of them coming around the corner. They realize they effed up a lot. They didn't have the golden trail coming like they should. Too many canceled games. Now here comes their momentum. You messed up. You realize they're going to sell probably 20 million in the next year. Easily. So Sony is playing their cards very wise. They're not being fools like Microsoft, who has trillions of dollars enough to worry about messing up. Um, and I have to say, I commend them for that in a sense. Let's just be honest, gamers. They made a better decision than them, and it's embarrassing, and we all know it. All right, let me know what y'all think. Ponies, you still sit down. Peace out, y'all. Have a great day.